Hello YouTube, it is your boy B3, back with another kicking action figure review. Today's review is over the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Dr. Fate from Black Adam. Yes, before the movie was even announced, I was a huge Black Adam fan, and then they announced that Justice Society was going to be in it. I'm a huge Justice Society fan. And then they announced Dr. Fate, one of my favorite DC Comics characters. And while Dr. Fate in the movie was severely depowered, because like in the comics, I honestly do believe Dr. Fate could take Black Adam single-handed. He just could. But I really liked it. I liked his portrayal in the film a lot. It was a fun movie. And I did get the figure for $5 off. Pretty cool. So I got him for 15 bucks instead of 20, which is what he was listed as at GameStop. Very nice. And on the box he spelled Dr. Fate, and I always spelled it out, Dr. Fate. But whatever. Whatever. He's a pretty cool figure. I think his midsection was backwards when I took him out of package, so I turned it around, and now it looks and moves much better. It was backwards, I believe, so keep an eye out for that, because mine was backwards for sure. But yeah, I'm going to do some quick articulation. Side to side on the head. Bop, bop, bop. Forward, back. You know, all the head movement you would expect. You got this going on in the arm. This does hinder. Not as much as it would if it wasn't rubbery, but it still does hinder. All the arm movement. Bicep, double elbow bend. Forward and back on the wrists. You know, rotation on the wrist. All the waist and torso movement you would expect. You know, in and out on the legs, forward, back. You know, bit of a swivel there, but not much. Double knee bend. Forward and back on the little feeties. Turns up top. And then, oh, it's not pivoting. Why aren't you, okay, there's supposed to be an ankle pivot here, but I think since the joints are painted gold, the paint might have them stuck. But there's supposed to be an ankle pivot there. God, that's not good. And then toe beams. Not good. This is not the first time I've had paint stick like this on McFarlane. My John Kent Superboy from Future State, or Guess Superman from Future State, had it like that. And I had to like crack the joints, but that was the arm joint, which is a much bigger, thicker joint. That's a little, This guy was pretty much always floating when he was on screen. So I guess it's a good thing that you don't need to pose him walking, because he comes with a flight stand. Yeah, so sometimes McFarlane throws flight stands in with flying characters, and this guy's a good one, because once again, I'm not even sure he touched ground while he had the helmet on in the film. You just pop this puppy in here, or you can just have this stand by itself for him to stand on with a little peg right there. Pretty cool. And he does come with a card, and he actually has comic art. I don't know if this is from like a prequel series or if it's concept art, but I like that they're going back to the actual like hand-drawn art and not the product shots. I like that they're going back to that. Here's a quick read-up. You can pause and read this if you'd like. There you go. But yeah, I'm glad they're going back to that. Mine was taped, like it had tape on it, and I was like, that's not good. So try not to do that again, McFarlane. I'm just going to assume that was a packaging mistake on mine, give you the benefit of the doubt there. But yeah, now back to the figure. Detail and paint is really good on him. He's got like the onks and everything all detailed into his suit. I kind of like all these little detailed suits that the DC universe puts on film. Like I liked all the little glyphs and stuff in Superman's suit and Man of Steel, and I like him on this guy too. I liked him on Shazam, all just tiny little details all etched in. I like it. On the cape, you can see the big onks. And I like that all the gold is the metallic-y gold, and it's not just like gold plastic. It does look so much better. You get the onk and everything here. The helmet, just design-wise, I thought it looked better in the film than it does when you're just looking at a picture of him. Because it's kind of like weird that the Lord of Order has such a chaotic-looking helmet, but then you go to the film and they tell you that it's just from, oh, it's a helmet from space. And it's like, oh, well, that kind of minimizes a lot of what Dr. Fate is. But, you know, they did what they did in that film. And it's not Dr. Fate the movie, you know? Plus Dr. Fate is, you know, a mantle that's passed along. So we could get another Dr. Fate, who knows? Even though James Gunn seems to have seems to not care about Black Adam, even though Black Adam was supposed to be the foundation of the new DCU, and now it's meaningless. So I just don't care anymore. I think about cinematic universes in general. Just give me good films. I don't care if they're all connected. Just give me good films. Give me Elseworlds. I don't care. I don't care about all these films being connected anymore. I just don't. I don't care about cinematic universes at all. Even for Godzilla, I don't need it anymore. Sorry. But yeah, he looks good. He moves good. That paint stick is worrisome. And even though this was turned around, you know, that's a super easy fix once you recognize it. No accessories other than the stand and card. A spell effect or something would have been nice. That would have been cool, but I think I can live without it. Huh? I can snap some Doctor Strange spell effects on him. Or something from Marvel Legends. Oh well. Now, let's get into my favorite part. Size comparisons. First up, I'm going to compare him with his own line. This is another recent figure. It is the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Dark Knight's Death Metal, Speed Metal, Jay Garrick the Flash. They were Justice Society members together. Maybe not in film continuity, but in the comics for sure. They look pretty good together. I like it. Obviously, we got a comic book look on the left and a movie look on the right, so it's gonna be a little different, but still. Let's move him out. Throw in another McFarlane figure. This is the Blackest Night Black Lantern Earth 2 Superman from the same line. They look really good together. And one more McFarlane figure, the Infinite Crisis Superboy Prime. Very cool. I think he looks good with other figures in his line, and honestly, that's all we really need to do, because as long as he scales well with his own line, he scales well. But I do want to show him with DC Direct. So here's the DC Collectibles DC Essentials Superman. Very nice. Me likey. Me likey a lot. In fact, how about a little smooch? Kidding. But yeah. I think that looks good. So really just the 7-inch scale he works well with. But I am going to show him with some Mattel figures. Here's Mattel's DC Multiverse. Batgirl of Burnside. Barbara Gordon. She's just much too small. Her scale is too small. And then I think this is the All-Star version, the one that's not metallic. Here's the DC All-Star New 52 Superman from Mattel. Since this is the Superman that the DCU Superman is based on. Yeah, it's just not going to work. The Mattels aren't going to work with the McFarlanes. As we all knew, but still, I like to show it off. So yeah, he scales well with his own line, and that's what matters. So all in all, what are my final thoughts on Dr. Fate? He's a good figure. Got him for cheaper than usual, but I think I would still be just as happy if I paid full price. I think he's a good-looking figure. You know, the design isn't McFarlane's. It's, you know, the filmmakers. But I still think he looks good. Dr. Fate is one of my favorite DC characters. I'm glad he came with a flight stand, since he basically never touches the ground. I'm glad the cards are going back to comic art. He articulates well, he looks good, he's painted well. It's a good figure. It's just a genuinely good figure. So that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll be seeing you all next time. Bye for now.